Sie macht das, oder?
Ja!
Hello fellow adventurers and drone operators, it's Matthias from Bugs and Bears, and together with my girlfriend Doris, I'm traveling the world looking for wildlife and adventure. That's my little brother. In fact, he's slightly taller than me. So recently he visited us on our journey through Yucatan. He's also owner of a Mavic Air and experienced flying it. Doris and I went on a dive trip to see the bull sharks in Playa del Carmen. It was just a very short boat ride from the shore, like 700 meters. He helped out and took some drone shots while we were on the boat. So we jumped in the water, not knowing what would happen meanwhile above the surface. Samuel turned around with more than half of the battery, but the wind out on the ocean was very strong. He was using the return home functionality, but the remaining battery dropped faster and faster. And the drone was already inside, but still above the ocean. And when the drone decided to just start to land automatically, Samuel had two options. One, still use the remote control to interfere to kind of make it back to shore, or number two, start running towards the drone and spot it or try to catch it. Just seconds later, the drone landed right in the ocean, just a few meters away from a pier. Samuel ran towards it and a witness told him the exact position, so he was looking in the murky water for the drone. He put it out of the water, he immediately rinsed it with a bottle of fresh water, but that was already more than half a minute that the drone was in the salt water. Back home in our apartment, we decided to open the drone, and it was really terrible because it was full of these small salt particles, a lot of sand, of the sandy water. Salt water is just the devil for any electronics. So we decided to leave the drone open and rinse it again really thoroughly with fresh water.
What is it? Just washing my drone.
After that, we put it in a pot of rice and left it there for 3 full days. Probably the 3 worst days for us as drone operators.
I'm a nervous eater. That's how I cope with stress situations.
There was a lot of dust and rice inside. We had to remove all the dust particles, put a new battery inside and try to turn it on.
What the fuck? Wo ist your Handy?
Das läuft was.
Wo ist your Handy?
Gott.
Holy shit!
Sie macht das, oder?
Ja! Das ist, glaube ich, ein sehr gutes Zeichen.
I almost had a whole bowl of popcorn for myself just out of stress.
Go fly! We were super excited, went out on our rooftop terrace and tried a quick test flight, and it was even flying.
Nicht zu hoch, nicht zu hoch.
So the next day we went out and we found out that there are still some issues. So for the first try, one of the propellers got stuck and it just didn't start at all. The second time the processor unit was overheated because the ventilation system got also stuck. And number 3, the gimbal still had some issues. Sometimes it was a little bit shaky and very strange footage. Yeah, so I had to open the drone again to its smallest parts and really clean all the electronics. I even opened the gimbal unit. Here is a link where they explain everything on how to put it apart and how to put it back together. And this actually solved almost all of our issues, except the gimbal is not as reliable as it once was. But most of the time it works, and we still can't believe how lucky we've been in the end. It's getting way too dark here. Much better here. So let me give you a quick summary on what to do when you crashed your drone in salt water. First of all, immediately remove the battery and do not try to turn the drone back on. Rinse the drone with fresh water. If you have the chance to, open the drone and even clean it on the inside. Salt water will kill your drone in the long run. Let it dry fully covered in rice for at least 3 days. The longer the better. Clean all the rice and dust particles. The cooling fan and the gimbal are specifically sensitive. And the last one, stay positive and hope for the best. This is what worked for us in this absolute worst case scenario. And in case you have crashed your drone in salt water, we're really hoping it works for you as well. Be very careful when following these instructions, and when in doubt, always consult a professional. What's the worst thing that happened to your drone? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to our channel for more wildlife and adventure content. Stay curious and see you on the next one.